Thanks for coming to my class.
Yeah, thanks for
Great.
having me.
I'm very happy to have you. So, what I want to talk about tonight is how affirmations can transform the mind. Have you ever thought about that before?
Mm, yeah,
Yes? Wonderful.
I have actually.
Wonderful. Great. So, I'm going to start off with an affirmation. So, if you just want to get comfortable in your seat, spine straight, chin parallel to the floor, eyes closed, upturned towards the third eye. Put your hands palm up at the juncture of abdomen and thighs. Relax the shoulders down and back. And just listen to my words when I repeat this affirmation. I am the architect of my life. I build its foundation and choose its contents. Breathing deeply, listening. I am the architect of my life. I build its foundation and choose its contents. I am the architect of my life. I build its foundation and choose its contents. Take a deep belly breath in, and you can exhale it out. Open your eyes. So an affirmation is a statement we use repeatedly to change our brain structure as well as its brain function. It's a statement of higher truth to our being. So saying, I am the architect of my own life, we are taking responsibility, we are saying that we are co-creating our life. It is a statement of truth that we may not realize in our daily lives. The aim of affirmation practice is to bring that truth more fully into our lives. So what is it that you would like to bring more fully into your life?
I really think it'd be nice to think more positively and focus on subconscious. Just always thinking positively, maybe making a routine of that, so I fall back on positive thinking as versus negative thoughts.
Okay, so changing that habit, that pattern.
Because it's easy to think negative thoughts.
All right, because we've been doing it repeatedly over and over, which is perfect. I love that you said that because it leads into how the affirmation actually changes the brain. So with repetition, some people think and dismiss that affirmation is just wishful thinking or denial. But I know, right? That it's just a statement that we're saying and it doesn't have any effect. But research has actually proved that any activity, thought, or behavior that we repeatedly do over and over again actually changes the brain structure. So when we are focusing on something of a higher truth, we are able to change the habits in our subconscious and go ahead and move it forward to the superconscious, which brings it into our awareness, and it creates positive thoughts, positive feedback, and a positive mind. Does that make sense? Wonderful. So affirmation helps reprogram the subconscious mind, which is the part in our mind that has habits inside of it. It's the realm of habits. So the subconscious is a hidden and an often dominant part of our mind. We encounter it when we're sleeping, but we also encounter it during our daily waking activities, and we often don't realize that.
What do you mean by daily waking? Like waking up in the morning?
Waking up in the morning, going through our daily activities, showering, getting ready for work.
That's what you mean by waking. Okay.
Awake. When we're awake. So when we're conscious, we may not think that the subconscious is affecting us, but it is. It's always affecting us. It's an underlying kind of current that goes into that is part of our minds that always affects what we're doing. So we want to change that. We want to reprogram the habits and the patterns that the subconscious has. The things that we've already been doing over and over and over all these years that we've been alive. So what I want to do is I want to talk about how feeling really affects affirmation. So it's one thing to say, I choose positive thoughts, right? I choose positive thoughts, and we just repeat it over and over again. But without any feeling, striving to really infuse how we want to feel into our affirmation, it's really not going to do us any good. So we want to have high energy, concentration, and willpower on what it is that we want to achieve. So I am an architect of my life. I build its foundation and choose its context. We have high energy, concentration, willpower, and also inflection. We're not saying it monotone, but we also want to have relaxation within that higher energy, which is a little contradicting, but the thing about relaxation means we have no tension in the mind. So when we are saying our affirmation, we're not resisting it. So what's something that's not true for you?
That I'm a mean person.
So if you were to say, I'm a mean person and I love to choose negative thoughts, your mind would say, that's ridiculous. That's not true. So we want to choose an affirmation that it feels true to us. So our mind is at ease, it's relaxed, but we know that we can change the subconscious programs that are running through our daily lives. Okay, do you have any questions about that?
No, I'm pretty clear so far.
Wonderful. So another thing that we want to do when we're affirming is to affirm with God. So it's one thing to depend solely on our willpower and feeling, but it takes it to a whole nother level when we can actually invite a higher force, a higher power into the affirmation, into our lives to give it that divine grace and power. And so when we're affirming what we want, choosing positive thoughts, we want to invite God in, ask for help in helping us change our thoughts into positive thoughts, and to also bring the energy into our affirmation. Excuse me. So creating an effective affirmation, I know we talked a little bit about some key points, but what we want to do is we want to focus on a heartfelt personal need, so choosing positive thoughts. Choosing strong, clear wording, nothing too abstract, so that way the mind doesn't become resistant to what we are saying. Again, we want to make it realistic. I'm a mean person is not true, it's not realistic. But we also don't want to go too far-fetched and say, I choose positive thoughts every single moment of my life, and on and on and on, because that doesn't feel true either, and it feels a little overwhelming. So we want to be realistic with what we choose. Word the affirmation with I am, I do, we want to use present tense. We are in the present moment, we're not in the future, we're not in the past. And use positive phrases. I am, I do. We can sometimes choose negative phrases, I will not, but that is a little bit harder to get the feeling into it if we're kind of doing a double negative, if you will. So choosing the positive is easier to get into that feeling. I am an architect of my life. I am co-creating, I am choosing positive thoughts, because that feels present, we're in the now. So there's 5 points to practicing affirmations. Yogananda recommended sitting upright, so as we are doing as we would for meditation. Spine straight, body relaxed, eyes gaze at the third eye, the spiritual eye. And we want to say the affirmation aloud, softer, whispering mentally, and then feeling. And the reason for that is when we say it aloud, it commands the attention of the conscious mind to actually focus on what we're saying. So I choose positive thoughts. We say this over and over, and our minds thinks, oh, we're doing something different here. There's a repetition. When we say it softer, we take it inward, but we still have the energy. I am choosing positive thoughts. That way we can absorb more of the meaning of the words. Then we whisper, I choose positive thoughts. You still want to use the energy and determination of receiving that affirmation, but this carries it to the subconscious mind when we start to whisper. Then we say it mentally to ourselves without moving the mouth, the lips. We want to say it so we're absorbing the meaning even deeply, more deeply, at the conscious level. And then last is going to be the feeling. So how does it feel to choose positive thoughts? Think of a time in your life that you've chosen positive thoughts. How did you feel? And that's going to be the key to really accessing the affirmation and changing the brain structure. So I want to practice affirmation with you. I know that you want to focus on creating a positive mind, choosing positive thoughts. So I decided to pick this one. It is positive thoughts fill my mind with joy and ease. I choose to be lifted up by my thoughts. Now we can do both phrases or one. It's completely up to you.
I like the second one.
I choose to be lifted up by my thoughts. Okay, wonderful. Spine straight, hands upturned at the juncture of thighs and abdomen. Roll your shoulders back and down. Body relaxed. Eyes closed, upturned towards the spiritual eye. Relaxing the shoulders down. Perhaps. So aloud several times. I choose to be filled. I choose to be lifted up by my thoughts.
I choose to be lifted up by my thoughts.
I choose to be lifted up by my thoughts.
I choose to be lifted up by my thoughts.
I choose to be lifted up by my thoughts.
I choose to be lifted up by my thoughts.
I choose to be lifted up by my thoughts.
I choose to be lifted up by my thoughts.
Now softer. I choose to be lifted up by my thoughts.
I choose to be lifted up by my thoughts.
I choose to be lifted up by my thoughts.
I choose to be lifted up by my thoughts.
I choose to be lifted up by my thoughts.
I choose to be lifted up by my thoughts.
And last time, I choose to be lifted up by my thoughts.
I choose to be lifted up by my thoughts.
Now whispering, I choose to be lifted up by my thoughts.
I choose to be lifted up by my thoughts.
I choose to be lifted up by my thoughts.
I choose to be lifted up by my thoughts.
I choose to be lifted up by my thoughts.
I choose to be lifted up by my thoughts.
I choose to be lifted up by my thoughts.
I choose to be lifted up by my thoughts.
Now go ahead and repeat mentally to yourself 4 times with energy and conviction. And then go ahead and do it one more time, 5 times with feeling. Wonderful. Yogananda said that you can change the habit of lifetimes in an instant. It's all a matter of concentrating the mind. Now what we're going to do is move into a guided Hong Sa practice. First we're going to start with tensing and relaxing the body. So double inhale through the nose. Tense the body, tense, 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 hands, everything, tense. Another in-breath. Tense the body, clench the fist. Relax the body. One more time like that. Double inhale. All the way to your toes. Hold it. And relax. Exhale, relax. Breathe normally. Relax the shoulders back. Spine straight. Palms upturned. Gazing up in the spiritual eye. We're going to do equal count breathing. So exhale everything out. Now inhale through the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale through the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now regular breathing. And I want you to start noticing the breath, where it enters in your nostrils. Just watching it, not controlling the breath at all. Feeling the body relaxed, but energized, spine straight, gaze upturned. Just watching the breath on the inhale and the exhale. As you watch the breath, notice how your attention goes farther up the nose. And now start to accompany the breath with Hong Sa. So Hong on the inhale, Sa on the exhale, mentally repeating Hong Sa, I am spirit. Gaze upturned. Hong when you breathe in, Sa when you breathe out the nose. Dissolving and merging into spirit. Now start to accompany Hong Sa with the movement of your right index finger. When you breathe in and mentally repeat Hong, you're going to move the finger up towards the palm, curling in. And exhale is going to move back down, Sa. Inhale, move the finger towards the palm. Exhale, sa, move the finger away. I choose to be lifted up by my thoughts. Inhale, hum. Exhale, sa. Spine straight, gaze upturned, shoulders relaxed. And on your next inhale, breathe deeply, holding, relax the breath out the mouth. Start to breathe normally. Relax the finger. Let go of the mantra, keeping the gaze upturned. Noticing the feeling in your body. Being with the stillness. I choose to be lifted up by my thoughts. And just start to bring your awareness back to your body. Take deeper breaths. Bringing yourself back. Next inhale, hold, and let go. And open your eyes. How was that?
It was nice.
Great. Do you feel like you can stick with this affirmation, this practice? Does it feel any different to use the affirmation before the meditation?
I don't think I've ever done affirmations and meditations in a row like that, usually at different times. and for different reasons. I'm pretty sure that I've done meditations first and then the affirmation. So it was different and it was nice.
Great. Do you have any questions?
Not really. I don't really have any questions. It's pretty straightforward. It was interesting because I kept the choose part is what really stuck out for me. So I think that I think we just get to believe that we don't have choice over our thoughts, even subconscious thoughts. So that was pretty cool. Definitely.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you.